We shall be so happy once you get here. My heart beats in wild rapture for you, my Andrew. I love you. Come prepared to stay forever.
Hi, I'm Amalia Howard, playwright and actor, and I would like to invite you to join us with South Bank Theater Company for the unbelievably true tale of Indiana's first serial killer, Belle Gunnis. April 23rd to May 3rd at Shelton Auditorium, you can come out to the true crime dark comedy Hell's Bell. Go to butlerartscenter.org and search Bell for tickets.
Dark Discoveries is a podcast that dives into the darker corners of history, mystery, and the downright bizarre. We discuss real events that may include graphic details, adult themes, and strong language. Not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
We're here to inform, entertain, and maybe make you laugh nervous in public, but never to glorify the criminals or make light of their victims. Our research is thorough, but hey, we're not perfect.
We don't claim to be historians, so if we get something slightly off, blame Jimbo. All opinions are our own, and sometimes even those are questionable.
All right, guys, welcome back to Dark Discoveries podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo, and I'm joined tonight by...
I plead the fifth.
I don't know who he is, but I'm Jackie.
And that's Dustin.
I'm pleading the fifth. I can already tell you're conspiring against me.
You know it. And tonight we're joined by some very special guests all the way down from the southern states.
Yeah.
Is it Louisville or
Louisville?
I think my mom says Louisville, or she trips over her tongue sometimes saying it. But she also calls Ohio, Ohio.
Oh.
Does she add an S on Illinois?
There's no need for us to talk about Illinois because the S in Illinois is shithole.
Oh, I'd like to formally apologize to any of our Illinois listeners for anything Dustin just said.
I think they
my
already
family's
know.
all from Illinois.
I think they already know because there's that town up north that makes it a crap hole.
Well, tonight we're joined by three very special guests. Guest, would you like to tell us who you are and where you're from?
My name's Amy, and I am from Louisville.
Okay.
See?
Noted.
I'm a super fan.
Oh, super fan. Yay! She talks about Dustin all the time at work.
Just like Sean, I'm sorry that she met her hero because it is a disappointment.
From here on.
And we still love you, Sean.
Hello, my name is Kairi, and I'm from Kentucky. I mean, Shelbyville.
Okay.
Yeah, we live apart.
And who do you have with you tonight?
I have my boyfriend, Santiago.
Are you going to let him say something in the mic, or are you just going to...
No,
he's already whipped, man.
I think she wears the pants in that relationship.
You already see
and
what it is. She said...
She speaks for him.
She looked at him and said, that's Santiago.
I'm Santiago from New Mexico.
New Mexico? What part?
You drove really far.
What part?
Taos, next to
Wow.
Albuquerque.
But I was going to say Albuquerque.
Wow. How long you been up here in Indiana?
Well, I've been...
Just a couple hours. All right, so tonight, Amy, I work with Amy, okay? And she talks a lot. Am I right, Kairi?
Yeah.
No
So
shame in that.
we were talking.
I had a lot
and
to say.
I don't even remember how we got on the subject of podcast, and somehow we started talking. I said, "Hey, I got one," and then she started listening, and now she's dropping reviews and subject matter and all that. And she was talking about
keep those 5-star reviews coming. And she helps us in the algorithm.
And we started talking about cryptids and all that. And she said, I'm going to the Goat Man Festival or something. And I went, what? The Goat Man, right? Yeah. Otherwise known as Kairi?
The Pope Lick Monster.
The Pope Lick Monster.
I'm excited excited. I know nothing about the public monster.
Really?
Nothing.
Well, when a pope gets ordained.
Funny enough, I just listened to a podcast about a certain pope. I can't remember who, but it was dark.
But wait.
Dark.
Before we get started, we are bringing back a fan favorite. And I'm going to cue the music right here because I forgot to put it in here at home.
It was one Borgia, Borgia.
Well, I was going to cue the music, but Dustin started talking again.
Look up him and all the crap around
If
him.
you would have come to Luxury Cruise, we talked about the Borgias all in that.
I should have went.
Well, my suite was the Borgia suite, and they poisoned families. They were crazy.
There's a series, a TV series. Yeah.
There's more than just poisoning your family.
They're wild. Yeah, they are wild.
I turned it off. I got uncomfortable.
Yeah, we need to do a whole story on the Borgias.
I'm going to sit that one out because I don't want to repeat what I heard.
I'm in because it's wicked wild, and people need to know the history. It's cool. Okay.
All right, Jimbo, cue the music. All right, we are bringing back Amy. We are bringing back Dustin.
Amy dances with dragons.
So, Kairi, you may not know what this is. Your mom probably forgot what this is because we haven't done this, and I've probably been 8 months, maybe longer. But what it is, your mom, you, and your boyfriend are going up against a mythological creature with no weapons except what we random number generator over here, weapon generator for you guys. So you each will get one weapon. And you're going to tell
they're
us.
Getting 3?
Oh, no.
I was gonna say,
1, 2, 3. They each get one weapon.
Yeah, but that's 3 in total.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dustin only ever got 2, so you guys already have.
No, he got 3, but one of them he hardly ever used, like a wet sandwich.
Yeah,
or
it was always a
something.
bad one.
And I can't even eat a wet sandwich.
All right, so would you want your weapons first, or do you want to know what you're going up against? So you guys can formulate a plan, and you're going to tell us how you would defeat this monster with the weapons that you have.
And then we will tell you the probability of survival.
Yeah, if you think you made it or you died.
Is this like on an app?
No.
Or are you all just guessing?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
They're real demonic beings or dragons or things like that, and then we give you a probability of how well you do.
Okay.
All right, so Kairi, I'm going to go to Sanchez because, is it Sanchez? Santiago?
Where in the world is Carmen Santiago?
I will get it wrong all night long. Santiago.
Think of the place in Chile, Santiago.
We are going to ask him, would you like to know your weapons first, or would you like to know what you will be fighting?
What I'll be fighting.
Okay.
All right. The man of the group has spoken.
Yes.
Tonight, Amy, Kairi, and Santiago, you are going to be fighting the Omukadi.
What is that?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know that?
Yes.
Well, I guess you have to wait till it pops
I
up
want the
on Start
Pegasus.
Fighting. Nope.
That's already taken. I know, it's already taken.
That's why Dustin is setting this one out. And now, if you guys don't get good weapons, we may have to blow a whistle and call Dustin in for reinforcement with this Pegasus he wouldn't kill, remember?
Sometimes you got to keep your beast close.
It is a giant man-eating centipede that lives in the mountains. While it eats humans, the Omukadi has a weakness to, I'm not going to tell you yet until you see what weapons you get. So who wants the first weapon? Kairi, your weapon is?
All right. We have a machine gun.
No, we're going to put that back in the wheel of misfortune.
I was going to say, that was right off the bat.
Justin vetoed it.
Yeah.
Or they get a machine gun, but no ammunition.
Well, yeah, but we've got the machine gun. We can see what else we got here. Okay.
Well, Dustin vetoed it. We all get a veto.
Okay.
I never got anything like that.
Okay, so backup choice is pepper spray. Okay.
All right,
ready?
Santiago, you get?
A saber. Not bad. Mm-hmm.
And Amy?
You got a slingshot.
David beat Goliath with a slingshot, but I got used prophylactics, and they're getting actual weapons.
So we have a slingshot, we have
pepper spray,
and we have a saber. So those are all pretty decent. Yeah.
If you guys work together, there's a plan I'm already formulating.
Oh, yeah. Now, would you like to know its strengths and weaknesses before we go on?
Wait a minute. I didn't get none of that shit.
Yeah. But these are our honored guests tonight, Dustin.
That's right.
It should be the same fair playing field.
Should be,
So
but it's not.
while it eats humans, it has a weakness to human saliva.
What on earth? Okay.
It also preys on great serpents and dragons. So we're talking about, it's a giant
Let's
centipede.
get this monster and grab a snake that's going to kill us in the process. That just makes sense.
So who's going to be the brains of the group over here? Kairi? Why are you pointing at Santiago? All right, Santiago. You guys crashed your boat onto a desert island. You only grabbed one crate. You wash upon shore. You open that crate, hoping to see some sort of food, some necessity. You open it up, you find pepper spray, a saber, and a slingshot. The ground starts rumbling. And out from the ground comes this 70-foot long, 8-foot high giant centipede. What do you do?
What? A centipede?
Yeah, did you?
Did you not hear this like the last 100
This is
times we've
well,
said?
you
Well, it
said
has a
something
weakness.
else.
It's got a weakness too.
If you said centipede earlier, you said it mumbled or something because I didn't hear centipede.
Giant centipede.
How big's giant?
It's
Did I just not say 8 foot tall, 70 foot
You
long?
would shit your pants if you saw that
70
coming
feet
at you.
long.
Yeah, and 8 foot tall.
What part of that did you
It's
not?
a freaking train.
I don't
tunnel.
know. It's ADD or something.
All right, Santiago. Amy's over there trying to look up weaknesses.
Yeah, she's searching it up.
No, it just came to mind. I play a lot of Elder Scrolls online.
I knew you were going to go there.
And it brought into my brain the
She's too smart.
Infernium. It's a centipede that lives in the Deadlands, and it has like rows and rows of teeth.
Oh, we can add the rows and rows of teeth.
But
Just
I
for
was
fun.
like, wait a minute,
not do
how?
We just added rows and rows of teeth. Thanks, Amy.
But he said desert island. He didn't say, and it lives in the mountains, right? But it just happens to be on the desert island.
Could there be mountains on a desert island?
True, I guess.
If it was Dustin,
lost
if
it.
it was Dustin, it would be desert island.
Dessert, baby.
All right,
Cheesecake.
Santiago, what's your plan and how's this going?
All right, does the slingshot have like ammunition?
No.
Okay,
So you have to find
Just
something on
just
the
a
floor.
slingshot. So it's just a slingshot.
Pick up some pebbles.
Yeah, I was,
Seashells.
I was gonna say that. All right, so first we'd spit on everything that we find, like rocks, and then I would spit all over the saber.
I want to know.
Who's gonna
Lick it.
Wait a minute. Who's gonna have the best loogie out of you guys?
Oh, me for sure, me for sure, me for sure. And then, all right, the pepper spray. I don't know. It's kind of a little useless.
Oh, no, it ain't. I already got a plan.
I was gonna say put the pepper spray in the slingshot and shoot that thing down its throat.
No, 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 no.
No, but
Puncture it first, maybe,
Yeah.
that could work. That could work.
with the saber. Depending on how
Let's
sharp
say
it is.
whoever has the slingshot, they're gonna divert the creature towards it, kind of like a
That
distraction.
Amy has the slingshot.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let me remind you, your girlfriend has pepper spray. Okay, so choose wisely here. What if I were you? I would cut Amy's knee with the saber. Let the monster chew on her and run. Okay, but I'm not calling this.
No one's left behind. No one's left behind.
Hey, there we go.
Thank
Real
you.
hero.
Where are all these goody two shoe kids coming from, Dustin?
Hey, I'm buying his dinner tonight.
So
Good boy.
If a monster's coming for me, I am outrunning Jimbo. I don't care how it happens. If I'm kicking him in the knee, pushing him down, I will survive. It's self-preservation.
Dustin, you can't even get up the steps before I can.
I am nimble. Like, I don't show it. I'm like a sloth. I keep my energy for when I need it.
I love it.
All right, let's take a race of hands. Who thinks Dustin's beating me in a foot race? Nobody.
He didn't even
Let the
put his
records.
thumb in.
I know. Like,
I love it.
you were winded.
Dustin?
You were winding eating your steak for lunch today.
Well,
you
that's
think
because-
I'm afraid?
That's because I ate like 7 meals.
Well, that's why I'll beat you.
Winded, you're the one that was almost passed out because you had an appetite. Well, you ate before we came.
Well, yeah, I didn't know we were going to eat.
Then you had an appetizer. Then you had a meal, and then I bought you a piece of cheesecake.
That cheesecake was pretty good.
So, Dustin, what is their survivability rate that they're going to be able to kill this thing and survive?
As of right now, they're not looking good.
Ooh.
So
Would you like to lend some expertise advice?
there's only one way to defeat this monster, and spit's just a escape. Like, it's just a red herring.
Oh.
So she was on the right path. You can spray or puncture as long as you get pepper spray in this beast's eyes. You then get those rocks and that slingshot, and you knock its eyes out, and then use the saber to cut its head off. It can't see you. You just cut the fucker's head off.
Okay, but how are you going
there's my
to
effort
do
for
that
the
with the saber when?
How big's the saber?
Okay, a saber is only this big. It's
like a rapier.
It's a little guy.
What?
Yeah, it's like
It's like that curved.
It's like a dagger looking thing.
I thought a saber was like...
No, you're thinking of like the big guns. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a saber.
yeah, but they're not that big.
a pirate saber.
I was thinking
Pirates
of the
use
ones.
it?
I was thinking of like the ones that were like this.
You're thinking of a rapier, not a
That's what I
saber.
got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda
I'm
looks like
Googling
it.
a
Just
saber.
kidding.
All right.
had the wrong
So,
name.
Dustin, Jackie, what are you going to give them as a survivor rate?
I think these guys.
A saber blade can range between 24 inches to 40 inches.
You wish.
It's like Biodome. You got
That's
your
what
hands
she
out. You got to put them
said.
together.
All right. So probability. I think that it's a solid plan. I think the main thing. Hey, there. I think the main thing is definitely gouging the eyes. You gotta.
Incapacitate the eyes.
Because I don't really know of any giant centipede that has ears. So you're taking away its main stuff there. So if you get the eyes, I think you stand a pretty good
Yeah,
chance.
you just gotta knock the eyes out, then you can do whatever you want to it.
If it has eyes,
That's what I'm saying.
because Infernium doesn't.
Because they go by vibration.
All right, now that's tremors.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're going to dive into the Pope Lick Monster. Who here has heard of the Pope Lick Monster?
Well, that doesn't help because some centipedes are completely blind. Right. So
luck would be.
Oh no, the probability just dropped.
it's a crapshoot on what type of centipede this is.
Dustin, how many legs does a centipede have?
Way too many.
All right. So here we go. So we're going to welcome you to Dark Discoveries because that was all just fun and games at the beginning, right?
Yep.
Yep. So we're going to travel deep into the wooded outskirts of...
How deep?
About yay deep. Into the wooded outskirts of Louisville, Kentucky. Or Louisville. Or Louisville. Or L. Or whatever you want to call it. So to a place to a place where rail lines cut across dark valleys and still echoes against the night sky.
Let's
It's
just
here.
make this scarier. This is going to take place in Lively Shively.
Maybe we should turn the lights out and do it here in the dark.
I'm going to leave.
It's here over Pope Lick Creek that one of America's strangest legends took root. A tale of half man, half goat creature said to haunt the towering train trestle that spans the valley.
All right, I gotta ask, which half?
Why is it when every time we talk about a cryptid, you got to know the mermaid, which half is the merfish or the mermaid?
I want to know how fast this thing is running. If it's running on human legs, I don't think it's going to be very fast. If it's running on goat legs, I think it's going to be extremely misproportioned.
I think it's just humanoid looking, right? Does it have goat legs on
Well,
two
there's
goat legs?
there's people have made photos of it, and it's usually like goat legs with a man body and then like a goat head.
Right.
Ooh, so he's a morph of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually that's how he's depicted.
What was that? What was that TV show? The Morphimals or Dustin? What was that? Do you remember that TV show? The Morphimals or Animorphals
Morphin' Ranger time, baby.
You've listened to me talk about my TV shows and my movies, and where would that fall into what I watched?
Well, you don't watch anything though.
I don't watch all that sci-fi stuff.
So the locals there, as we like to call it here on this podcast, the hillbillies, they call it the Pope Lick Monster.
Don't be talking about my people like that.
Your people.
My people. You can trace my family roots deep into southeast Kentucky.
How deep?
Almost to Tennessee deep.
Yay deep. Some say it lures victims to their deaths with hypnotic powers. Others claim it's the spirit of a circus freak seeking vengeance for past cruelties. But behind the myth lies something more disturbing: a deadly bridge, a century of tragedy, and a cautionary tale about how stories can kill. So tonight, we're going to explore it all: the history of the bridge, the origins of the monster, the real-life tragedies tied to this legend, and the continuing allure that keeps people returning to Pope Lick despite the danger. And side note before I continue, I have actually been to where the goat man hangs out. I have seen the trestles.
It's scary.
It's high up there.
very high.
It's like 90 feet high.
What is an old railroad trestle?
It's high.
My mom, like they used to play on those as kids. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's high. That's all I can
trust
say.
me, I've been on one.
Well, when we go on a road trip, Dustin, we're going to go by there.
One of
I
these
want me and you
days.
to climb up there.
So I can
They
beat
got
you.
some, yeah, so I can show you how fast I can run when the train comes. So here we go. We're going to talk about the bridge. So before there was a monster, there was the bridge. The Pope Lick trestle stretches nearly 800 feet across a narrow valley in the Fisherville area southeast of Louisville. Built for the Louisville and Nashville Railroad more than a century ago, it remains an active railway bridge. Steel and timber rise about 90 feet above Pope Lick Creek, which is a small winding stream that cuts through the dense trees. From below, the bridge looks ancient, long, rusted, and skeletal, like the spine of some mechanical beast frozen in time. It kind of reminds me, if you ever went to Kings Island, and do you remember the beast or the son of the beast, how it had the wooden frame? That's kind of what it looks like.
I'm looking at the trestle, and it's pretty rusty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to climb up
You
on
might
that
need a
thing
tetanus
because
shot after you get down off that.
I don't know if, like, when the last time that bridge was inspected.
So it's the kind of place that hums with atmosphere. Even on a calm day, the wind whistles through the girders. The trestle groans when a train crosses, echoing through the valley like a metallic roar. At night, it's even more haunting. The forest is thick, the air still, and the bridge looms overhead like a gateway to nowhere. Locals say if you stare up too long, you'll get dizzy, as if something is watching you from above. But the true danger isn't supernatural. The trestle is active. Freight trains still run across it regularly, and there's no walkway or safe space for pedestrians. If you're on that bridge when a train comes, there's nowhere to go. No railing, no platform, there's no escape. Over the decades, countless visitors, thrill seekers, teenagers, or curious, as Dustin would say, tourists, have underestimated the danger. Many have paid for it with their lives. Still, the legend persists. And that brings us to the question that started it all. What is the Pope Lick monster?
Well, given that it was the 1950s when it was, like, discovered, I can rule out probably a meth head. So that was going to be my first thing. If that was a newer thing from the 80s or 90s, it's probably a meth head.
It's probably those folks smoking that devil's lettuce.
Oh,
Bad people.
bad. So the Pope Lick monster, sometimes called the Goat Man, is one of the strangest and most enduring pieces of Kentucky folklore. Descriptions vary. Some say it has the body of a man, but the legs and horns of a goat. Others picture a hideous hybrid, cloven hooves, coarse hair, and eyes that glow red in the darkness. In some versions, the creature wields a bloody axe. In others, it doesn't need weapons at all. It uses hypnosis, drawing people onto the trestle where they meet their doom beneath an oncoming train. And then there are the whispers that the goat man mimics voices, crying like a baby or calling your name, luring curious souls closer and closer to the tracks. No one knows exactly when the legend began, but like most folk tales, it seems to have grown slowly, taking shape from fragments of rumor, fear, and imagination. One theory suggests the legend was born from the danger of the trestle itself, a way for locals to explain the inexplicable. When accidents happened, people needed a story to make it make sense to them. It wasn't the fault of poor footing or bad timing. It was the monster's doing. Another version ties the Goat Man to traveling circuses that passed through Kentucky in the early 1900s. Amy, have you lived in Kentucky your whole life?
Yes.
So did you ever go, did the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus ever come through there?
Yes. My grandmother used to take me there to the circus every time I would come to Louisville. So I've been 2 or 3 times, I think.
Okay.
No.
So some stories claim that a freak show train derailed near the site, releasing a deformed performer, half human, half goat, who escaped into the woods and took revenge on anyone who crossed his new domain. Others imagine the creature as something even older, a remnant of pagan mythology, a kind of satyr or faun who found its way to rural America. In other words, Dustin, it's Mr. Tumnus from...
I hate that movie too. Like, why do you always bring up the movie as Mr. Tumnus, Mr. Tumnus? Oh, I want to punch that little girl in her face.
And then there's the darker explanation. Wait a minute. Do you like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Have you ever seen it?
I don't know if she knows what it is.
Do yourself a favor and don't watch it.
Don't listen to Dustin.
I had to go to the theater twice for that movie.
That's a good movie.
I have to say, I've tried Turkish Delight. I would not sell my family for it. It is not that great.
Well, she's also the Ice Queen. Oh, man. So, and then there's an even darker explanation that the legend emerged from cruelty and superstition. In the 1800s and early 1900s, people who were physically different, who had birth defects or unusual appearances, were often ostracized or turned into sideshow attractions. The goat man may reflect society's fear of the other, a monster made from prejudice. Whatever the origin, the story took hold. By the mid-20th century, teenagers in Louisville whispered about the creature that lived under the bridge. By the 1970s and 80s, kids dared each other to visit Pope Lick at night. And in 1988, a local filmmaker created a short horror film called The Legend of the Pope Lick Monster, solidifying the misplaced in Kentucky lore. From that point forward, the Goat Man became more than a rumor. He became famous. The more people told the story, the more they wanted to see him for themselves. Has anybody ever seen that movie?
Not the 1988, but
Negative.
I was going to say I did watch a documentary that I think it's on Netflix or YouTube that talked about that. So.
Amy, did you ever go at night to the Trestles to see the Pope Lick when you were younger?
The first time I ever saw it was last October when I went to the Goatman Festival.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Was it like a popular thing in your high school or anything? Did the people talk
I never
about
heard of it until a couple years ago when we were watching that documentary.
Really?
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the tragedies that befell. And Kairi, get ready because you're getting ready to have some parts, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Why'd you look at your mom for?
Told you.
I'm over here. Why are you looking at her again? I'm right here. There you go.
I told him you did
You looked
that.
at her again. All right, there we go. Good. But there's another story running parallel to the legend. One written not in whispers and folklore, but into headlines and obituaries. Did you ever go to the Trestle at night?
It was like
It was night when we
sun
went.
setting. Yeah. It was.
Oh, so you went when she went.
Who was recording? One of us took a video of us going because the road goes right underneath the bridge.
And it's way up there.
way up. Yeah. I was like, oh.
So the Pope Lick Trestle has been the site of multiple deaths and injuries over the decades. Not from monsters, but from people on the tracks when a train comes through. The accidents go back decades. In 1988, a 17-year-old local boy was struck and killed by a train while walking near the trestle. Around the same time, another young man fell and was seriously injured. In 1994, a man riding an ATV on the tracks was hit and killed. Why would you have an ATV up on that trestle? That is just stupidity. Was it Johnny Knoxville? Because that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
In 2000, another young man fell to his death from the trestle's steep embankment. And then came one of the most widely reported tragedies, and I remember this. This was just a few short years ago. In April 2016, well, I say short, that's 10 years ago.
No.
Wow. 26-year-old Raquel Bain and her boyfriend traveled from Ohio to Louisville for a paranormal tour. As Dustin would say, tour. They decided to visit the Pope Lick Trestle drawn by the legend. While they were on the bridge, a train approached. There was nowhere to run. Raquel was struck and killed. Her boyfriend survived by hanging from the edge of the trestle 90 feet in the air. I remember that was a big news story because I was working at Ford at the time, LAP. 3 years later, in 2019, 15-year-old Savannah Bright was killed and her friend injured after a train came through the same area. And they've got like
You would
they've got fences and barbed wire and all that stuff up now. So I don't.
You would think if I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go climb this trestle, you'd know what the schedule of that damn train is.
No, you don't really know.
Those trains run on, they're timed. Every day is going to be probably different, but every day it's going to run the same time within a minute or two. Trust me.
Saw one.
Trust me, I get caught by one going to work. Every time I get behind, I get stuck by it.
So each of these stories is heartbreaking on its own, not just because of how they ended, but because of why they happened. In every case, people were drawn to a place by curiosity, adventure, or the thrill of testing fate. And every time, the result was the same, a real-life tragedy born from a myth. The city has tried to respond. There's warning signs, there's fencing, they patrol it, but curiosity is a powerful force. Even today, people sneak past barriers and trespass onto the tracks, hoping for a glimpse of the goat man, a selfie on the bridge, or just a story to tell their friends. The result is an ongoing cycle, a legend that feeds curiosity and curiosity that leads to more loss. So why do people risk their lives for legends like this?
Are they risking their lives or are they trying to take their life?
Good question.
Well,
like, is it the myth? Is the myth taking over because people know about it and that's just like, well, I'll just end it this way? Like,
well, no, because the one couple from Ohio was here because they were on a paranormal investigation. They just wanted to go over there and see it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all do, but it's you know how fact and urban legend and all that stuff take hold of something.
Santiago, would you risk your life to go up there and climb the trestle?
No.
I would.
Kairi, you would?
Really?
All right. Next weekend, Saturday night, after work, I'm going to film you. I'm going to get you a GoPro. We're going to strap it on your head, and we're going to Dark Discoveries Live as you climb up there onto the trestle.
No, we're not.
we are not responsible for what happened, but we will use the footage. So folklorists have a term for it, legend tripping. It's a ritual act, a way of testing courage, confronting fear, and turning a story into a shared experience. Teenagers sneak out at night, drive to a haunted bridge or cemetery, and dare each other to call the ghost's name. It's not really about believing in the monster. It's about the thrill of belief, the momentary feeling that something might be real. But legend tripping also exposes a deeper truth about human nature. We crave mystery. We want to experience something beyond the ordinary, and we find a story that promises both danger and wonder. We can't resist touching it, even if it burns. The Poplik monster is the perfect example of that tension. He's half human, half animal, torn between reason and instinct, civilization and wilderness, and so are we. Maybe that's why the story still resonates. Even in the age of smartphones and satellite maps, the woods beneath the bridge remain dark. And when the wind shifts and a train groans in the distance, it's easy to believe something ancient and angry might still be hiding there. So there have been some modern day sightings, and also we got to talk about the age of the internet because that just helps spur things. Mm-hmm. So in the 21st century, the legend has taken on a new life online. Videos on, you guessed it, TikTok and YouTube show thrill seekers visiting the bridge at night. Some claim to hear strange noises, bleeding footsteps, laughter, echoes across the steel. Others share blurry photos that they insist show the goat man's outline. Of course, most of these are hoaxes, illusions, or tricks of light, but they keep the story alive. Social media has turned Poplik into a destination. For locals, it's folklore. For outsiders, it's a viral challenge. The hashtag GoatmanBridge has even mixed Poplik with other goatman legends from Maryland and Texas, creating a strange digital folklore where myths overlap and multiply. But with each video posted, another person may decide to see for themselves, often unaware that the tracks are active and that trains travel faster and more quietly than they expected. So the cycle continues. After the 2016 tragedy, the family of Roquel Bain spoke publicly about the dangers of the site. They urged people not to go. They said the legend wasn't worth another life. Local authorities echoed the plea. Norfolk Southern Railway, which owns the trestle, emphasized that anyone found on the bridge is trespassing and that the trains can't stop in time to avoid another disaster. Despite these warnings, visitors still slip through the woods past fences and signs and make the climb. Some go in broad daylight, but most of them go at night. They whisper, take pictures, and sometimes leave offerings, beer cans, go figurines, graffiti which is scrawled with horns and initials. The bridge has become both a memorial and a lure. It's a sobering example of how myth and reality can fuse, how a story can become deadly simply by existing in the wrong place. So I ask you, what does the Pope Lick monster actually represent? In one sense, he's a creature of the industrial age, a hybrid born from still and folklore, a monster that guards a man-made structure rather than a cave or forest. In another sense, he's a reflection of fear itself, fear of the unknown, of deformity, of power, and of death. And maybe he's something else too, a mirror from our fascination with danger, because we all, our talk of rationality, we're still drawn to the dark. I mean, this is Dark Discoveries after all. We build myths around cliffs, tunnels, and bridges because those are the places where the veil feels the thinnest, where ordinary reality might briefly give way to something more mysterious. Every community has a story like Pope Lick, a haunted road, a cursed house, a monster in the woods. They're warnings disguised as entertainment, lessons wrapped in fear. The problem is, sometimes the warning gets lost in the fun. Folklorists studying the legends say the Pope Lick monster isn't unique. Goatmen figures appear in Maryland, Texas. I think it's just Brett with his shirt off in Texas from the Evil Never Dies podcast.
Well, Brett got his first shout out, so let's see what he and even a month from now before we know what his response is. I'll forget what we even said.
And even parts of Canada. And we just won the gold when they hear this, right?
You know how much gold they said's in the gold medal? Because it's like 95% silver. I think it was like 20.
So that would be 5%, Dustin.
I think the gold medal's worth like $2,600 in scrap value.
So they share themes, transformation, punishment, and a fear of nature encroaching on the civilized world. A local historian once described the trestle as a skeleton of steel with a soul built of tragedy, and a sociologist who studied legend stripping in Kentucky said something that's stuck with me. Quote, people don't go there to see the monster. They go to feel something real. That feeling of standing where myth meets morality is
I don't
powerful.
need to stand on a 90-foot tall railroad trestle and play chicken with a train to feel alive.
It's why the legend endures. The Pope Lick monster may never have existed in flesh and blood, but he's very real in another way, as an ideal that can compel action, inspire art, and sadly claim lives. When you stand at the edge of that trestle, you're looking at more than metal and wood. You're looking at a century of stories and the thin line between imagination and consequence. Legends remind us that curiosity is both our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. They teach us that belief has power and that sometimes the scariest thing isn't the monster in the woods, but the one that lives in our own reckless hearts. So if you ever find yourself in Louisville, and someone offers to show you the Pope Lick trestle, take a different route. Admire it from afar, tell the story, but don't become part of the legend.
It's probably safer to go to Churchill Downs and just go check out that stuff instead.
Probably safer to walk down 4th Street at midnight than it is to... because, some bridges don't just cross rivers, they cross into myth. And some myths you should never walk across. So we'll go play a little bit of round table. We'll start with Jackie. Jackie, what's your thoughts on the goat man?
Well, I got curious and I looked him up, and I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Pan's Labyrinth, but he looks identical to one of the creatures in that. It reminds me a lot of Dogman. Dogman's pretty popular in like Michigan and northern Ohio and things like that. He sounds animalistic, but it also sounds human. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of strange things in the world. It personally, it reminds me of Dogman. I can't confirm or deny it. I haven't seen it. This is the first I've heard of it. And I love local lore stuff. Indiana is known for a giant snapping turtle. So your guys' cryptid's a lot cooler. So yeah, we have Bosco, the snapping turtle. So it was cool.
We're also known for horny toads.
Okay, that's just you. But
I was gonna say breaded pork tenderloin.
Yeah, that's cryptid in itself.
And
for
sugar
sure.
cream pie. That's
just weird.
That's what we're known for, not horny toads.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating. I would love to hear some eyewitness reports and maybe see some video on it. Just because, like I said, this is a new cryptid for me, so I love learning about them. I don't know if you guys heard, but Indiana in the last week has had 2 Mothman sightings.
No way.
Yeah, and so that's the first
funny,
time.
That's my favorite.
I love Mothman.
I was going to ask if you thought Mothman could beat Goatman in a fight.
No, I think they're very different creatures. I think
They
Mothman
are.
is Mothman is a predictor of global events.
Yeah, I was thinking the Mothman could at least
Like
just
tragedies,
predict.
right?
Yes.
Could predict that trestle like falling apart, and then he'd fall and die. So.
Well, I mean, he would have to
Brain
be in the
power.
area, but he's been spotted twice in Indiana in the last week. So we'll have to keep an eye out. That's pretty fascinating. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd like to just learn a little more before I fully weigh in on it because I'm not the right one.
I want to know like more about the first sighting because the first sighting is going to probably tell you more about the story, so you understand the time. Because I think it's probably just, you had a lot of weird stuff going on. I've heard stories of friends up in northern Indiana where they come across like a guy in a field, like they're doing some type of satanic ritual with a goat head on, like a legit goat head. And I could see something like that happening. Because I'm sure in the 50s, that was probably a pretty it still looks like a pretty desolate area. Not a lot going on. Somebody could have stumbled across something.
All right, Kairi, what's your thoughts on the Pope Lick monster?
I will say, compared to the other cryptids I've studied, researched about, the Goatman is kind of lame compared to them. But
Well, he's from Kentucky.
Man,
right?
drove 3 hours just to say it's lame.
It still beats a snapping turtle. I'll give you that any day. It's good.
A snapping turtle can break the skin, and it has a chance of being real because it's a snapping turtle.
But I will say, I'm glad that Kentucky does have a cryptid because when I think of Kentucky, I don't think of the Goatman at all. But
Think of inbreds.
Wow.
I was going to say bourbon.
I think of Waverly Hills.
Here, banjos.
when we did drive under the bridge, I was staring at it the whole time. I will say I did feel a little unsettling, but that's about it.
You have the video on your phone, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to. We'll have to show them before we maybe post it later.
Anything else?
Santiago.
Well, hang on.
Since
You have to.
Okay, since you forgot, I'm just reminding you.
I would get into Sanchez here in a minute. So, Kairi, were you done? Let me ask you this. What's the probability that the Pope Lick monsters would real on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being not real at all, 10 being he's definitely there.
I'd say like a 5.5.
Okay, 5.5. Kind of like Dustin's IQ. Okay. Santiago, let your feelings on the Pope Lick monster from Louisville.
Personally, I like the Goatman. He's like one of my favorite cryptids, but I think his probability of him actually existing is very low. I mean, there's barely any sightings, and then for some reason he is in different states now, which doesn't make sense. So I think the story is just getting dragged, and it's kind of just becoming its own thing, on the internet. It's not real.
And let's not forget that AI is getting really good now. So you can tell some of them on the internet, like on TikTok, and you're like, oh, look at this giant behemoth coming up out of the water and eating an airplane. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, you're saying?
I say 1. I really don't think he exists, but I do like him.
You should have
still.
seen the look she gave you. All right, Dustin.
I like where he's going with that.
I really don't think he exists, but I like the idea of him. He sounds like a cool creature to like actually exist out there, but like his probability is extremely low, like a 1.
Do you think that at some point it was a higher probability?
Yeah, I think probably the first like encounters, whenever it was still like centered around like Kentucky, and then after that, I think the probability went down whenever you started like getting sightings in different states. It just doesn't make any sense.
Unless it's their own goat man. Maybe they had babies
I mean,
and
true.
just decided to branch out.
You'd have to have a goat woman. To have a
Goat woman somewhere.
Goat man's got nards.
See, it's like I said, it sounded like maybe some type of ritual that somebody's seen or they leaked it to scare people from going into that area for some reason. I just want to know what entails at the festival. Like, is it?
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Okay, we better talk because I want to know if we're drinking beer. Like, there's going to be a reason to have the festival.
Amy wants us to get a booth there next October.
If you want to see Dark Discoveries at the Goatman Festival, if a donor wants to sponsor, we will take your money and decide what we're going to do with it.
I'll help out.
Oh, well, there we
I'll
go.
volunteer them too. We'll help.
Wow, we got one. Hey, I have one request.
What's that?
You have to have
The T-shirt?
No, well, yes, but you
backpack?
no.
Okay.
A
We have to
designated driver.
No, better. Santiago will be in full costume as the Goat Man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. And Kairi will have a chain around his neck. She can lead him around. Okay. So they know what marriage feels like, right?
See somebody like that, didn't we?
Yeah, there was someone in costume there.
And they had a chain on, like
Yeah.
like a leash.
October can be kind of hot still, so I would be careful getting in a suit in that kind of weather.
That's why I didn't volunteer you.
Oh, man. Just imagine the smell inside of one of them suits.
Ooh, the rubber. Oh. All right, Amy.
A 2.
A 2. You drove 3 hours to come down here.
Give us a 2.
I agree with Santiago that I like the idea, but I mean, things get started because people like to tell stories and truth or not truth.
Don't let the truth get into it.
There's
you
no-
can't
Handle the truth.
It's just so, I think somebody made up a story to scare people to getting on that bridge, and also because get us on the map for cryptids. So people people like spooky stuff. So
All right. So your daughter, Dustin, what was you said a 2?
It's like a 0. Like
Okay. So we have a 5.5 from Kairi,
a 0,
a 1 from Santiago,
It's not a real creature.
a 0 from
But
Dustin,
it's
and a 2 from
thought.
Amy.
what about you?
There is a movie, I believe it's 1931. It's called Freaks. And if you've ever seen it or haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But that's one of the movies I covered on my other podcast. And they actually cast, I say freaks, and I'm not using that derogatory, but disformed people. Like one guy had like no arms and no legs, and he lights a cigarette with his mouth, and starts smoking. There's conjoined twins. There's the bearded lady. There's all these different quote freaks. Now we read one of the stories about in the early 1900s about the train wreck, and that they thought maybe that's where it was born, with one of them escaping.
Yeah.
I can see that more than I can see an actual cryptid.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I think. I think that's where the story began, and from there, you tell a friend, you tell a Amy, you tell a whole Louisville, right? Okay, so I mean that's the way it spreads. If I sit right here and we played the game telephone, even in school, if I gave a sentence to Jackie that says Dustin ate too much at lunch today, and I tell Dustin or her that, and she tells Kairi, she said, well, Dustin had a lot of food today, and she goes and she says, boy, Dustin didn't eat much today, to Santiago, and Santiago tells Dustin, did you eat it all today?
No, I failed my math test.
That's what I'm saying. So, but I think cryptids are fun.
It's you want to believe.
Right. It's like the
Well,
X-Files. We want to
unlike
believe.
me, you have to give me something real. Like Roswell doesn't seem like something that was logical at the time.
Oh man.
Mothman, I almost feel Mothman because no, it wasn't Mothman. Was there witnesses on Mothman, or was that
the whole bridge collapsed? Remember?
Yeah.
well?
There was multiple
Multiple
witnesses.
witnesses.
The Donnie Decker. That was the blood in the wall thing, right? Where the cop witnessed, like, it was bleeding, the wall was bleeding or whatever. You get an eyewitness, it makes you want to dive in deeper, is what I'm getting at. But a lot of it's, like I said, it's folklore. It's something to scare you off, or something happened, like a satanic ritual, or some, unfortunate, deformed animal or human. You get in that wreck, but why would you want to walk across that truss? I think
a lot of cryptids are often the result of when these were found. People didn't, one, know how to understand what they were. Two, a lot of the places that these are found and lived are unpopulated. Animals could thrive, and they became the main predators. I mean, that's Churubusco is the exact same thing. He became a 5-foot-long snapping turtle. I mean, it's just like there was no other predators. Yeah. So I think a lot of cryptids are often the result of being the biggest fish in a little pond.
And when you've never left the area, you've never seen nothing remotely close, I think your imagination...
It can get away from you.
Can get away from you. If it's at night, everything's a little bit more creepy.
Do I believe that there is some valid cryptids? Yeah, I believe Mothman's a real one. I totally am a huge Snallygaster fan. It is my favorite cryptid, and
I thought 100%. It was mud mermaids.
I love a mud mermaid, but Snallygaster is legit the one that I believe in, because they actually had a body for a long time, and it crashed into a still because it like was basically in the vapors, and that's what brought it down. And what's even crazier is Teddy Roosevelt was going after that sucker, So, I mean, I think it's very possible that there are things out there that we just don't know enough about. Yeah. But there's also things that I think that we've just let get too big.
And some people like to troll people. I'm sure trolls have been around before the internet.
Well, let me ask you a question. So if we had a zoo, but we had cryptids, a cryptid of every cryptid in there, Goatman, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster,
Snipe,
Jackalope, a Jackae Glaster, or whatever we're calling it. How much would you charge per ticket to get in to see that? And how much would you be willing to pay? Dustin, nothing because he's cheap.
I don't know if you should put a price on them. They're living beings.
I felt like the $12 to get in the museum at Uranus Fudge Factory was too much.
Wow.
Well, let's go to Kairi, because she seems like she's got her head on straight. She's already ranked the Goatman 5-5. Well, how much would you pay, Kairi, to go see these living things?
I don't know. I don't think I'd want to pay.
Hold on. It kind of reminds me of the oddities thing.
Yeah. I will say my favorite cryptid is the squonk, which is kind of like a pig.
Oh, that's
I don't know where he's originated from. I forgot, but I think it's nearby.
Swank is what it is?
Spell it. Is it SQU?
SQU.
That's just Dustin on Halloween.
It looks like a cross between a hairless cat and something.
Well, Santiago, while they're talking, I'm going to talk to you.
It looks like lower portion of male genitalia.
Have you ever smelled mothballs?
What?
Have you ever smelled mothballs?
No.
No?
No.
Amy, have you smelled mothballs? Mm-hmm. How'd you get their little legs apart? I'll be here all week. That does look like Dustin.
Know why
I wish you would have said yes. I was trying to get
it all the time.
Yeah.
What?
I just want to know why the squonk has to cry all the time.
Because it needs its mommy.
But if I look like testes, I'd want to cry too.
Dude, if your testes look like this, you better go see a damn doctor.
Especially if it's got a mouth on it like that thing.
Not a good look.
That looks like a wounded war veteran.
Oh, man.
All right, so any closing remarks?
All right, we got to get to this
the festival. Amy,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell us
There's got to be something
because Amy is a festival.
Is it a drunk festival? Is it just a kind of hang out festival? Is it a food festival?
It's kind of all.
Yeah, it's not very big. I do have videos I could show you.
So it may be the size of the Crawfordsville Strawberry Festival.
I don't know what that is.
It's in a little park.
Okay, this is in a park.
It's kind of, it's probably
so, my phone, that was loud.
tens of people show up.
Once you get off Gene Snyder Freeway, you drive, a couple of miles down, and the bridge is here. And then across the street is the park where the festival is at. So when you're going to the park, you'll see the bridge right there on your left. So, they had a stage. They had bands playing. They had artists selling their artwork. They had, what else do they have? T-shirts.
A lot of alcohol.
Yeah, they had a tour. They had a tour of something there at the park. It was like a building just for, I don't know if it was for the festival or you had to pay money. I don't know if they were touring the whole park or it was like a little train ride, but then there was like a museum or something there, wasn't it? And was that the 3rd annual Goatman Festival? Do you remember?
So it's the 3rd. It's only going to go up from here.
It's only
Right.
been, it's really, really new.
So we need Secretary Amy. We need her to find out how much a booth space is.
Okay.
Well, look at her. She's already. Let me text him the. Not only am I the what was the hair club for men? Not only am I a thing, I'm the owner too. What was he used to say? Not only am I the. Dustin, what he used to say?
I think it's I'm a patient too, or
Yeah, he's like, not only am I the owner, I'm also.
The sponsor?
I can't remember.
No,
you know what I'm talking about?
The hair club for
yeah.
men.
Yeah. I'm a member too.
Member,
Member
yeah,
too. Yeah. All right, Jackie, do you want to look us up a?
Exactly where I'm at. So hang on.
No, you're not. I was looking at your phone.
or if anybody
Oh, here.
if anybody wants to send us to the Mothman Festival, we go there too.
I
So
just want to pinch his butt.
I just want to know if any. You know what? How about y'all take us to just somebody sponsor us at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival? Let's just do that.
How about we have Dustin dressed up like Bigfoot and go to the Goatman Festival?
Oh, that'd be a...
No,
We can all dress up like
cosplay,
cryptids.
yes.
Well, your daughter's always called dibs on the squonk.
I'll go.
We've already got Santiago as the Goatman.
I have a Mothman costume.
Jackie is the Mothwoman.
Somebody get me a red wagon and fit it with a little mini pool, and I'll go as the giant turtle. I'll just lay in a kiddie pool drinking beer.
Let's go, baby.
We have to get what's her name? Kiara to come with us.
Oh, yeah.
She goes the whale penis.
Yeah.
She would totally be the whale penis.
Well, where's the rest of the whale? You've seen how big a whale is? We can just do its penis because it's 10 feet tall.
Oh, man.
All right, Amy, got more information?
Yeah, so that link I sent you this morning, they have a Facebook group. It is called The Legend at Popelick. It says the Louisville's Weirdest Festival returns this fall. Come celebrate 10 years. So I guess 4 was wrong.
Wow.
A decade.
I thought the festival.
Oh, this will be number 10, right?
What?
I guess.
What would a 10 year like in centennial be like a quincentennial?
It'd be the X.
Yeah, in Roman numerals. Yeah.
I want to know how many people are in that Facebook group. That's what I want to
She
know.
can tell you she's in
I
it.
could look at it. Yeah. Wait, is this a screen? No. Yeah. Hold up. There is 11,000 followers.
Damn.
What?
And we ain't got 100.
We're doing something wrong.
I wonder how many people of them 11,000 go to that. That could be a good business opportunity.
It was pretty busy. It says cryptids and art, speakers, music and performers, creature feature movies. That's right, they do show movies, tours and trackless train rides, and the only festival with the haunted woods. And there,
I didn't hear a podcast.
I didn't hear him say
Yet.
shit about food. Like,
Is there
where's
food?
the food trucks?
I don't know if there was
Dark
any podcast or
Discoveries
not.
food.
Yeah, they do have food there. Too.
Okay, you better have some food.
Yeah,
Like, what kind
Dust ain't going to make it.
yeah, you gotta have a festival with alcohol and not have food to sober up on.
It also says it's October 15th through the 18th,
My birthday?
2026. Goatmanfest.com.
Are you going this year?
Definitely.
You are because
Well, yeah,
you're
'cause
working.
I'm working the booth.
There
Yeah,
you
of
go.
course,
That was
yeah.
a trick question. I was like, well, I don't know. San Diego, you coming too?
Yeah.
All right. See, I called him San Diego. He didn't even realize it. He's like, he's just going to call me
Hey,
an S
San
name.
Francisco, you down?
Hey, Sanford and Son.
Hey, San Bernardino.
Hey, Sam Elliott. I'm going
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
All right, so Kairi, you may not know this, and Santiago, you may not know this. I think Amy knows this, but every episode we highlight a missing child because we want to be known for something. Yeah, we goof off and we have fun, obviously, but we want to, bring it back to the real world and highlight a missing child. So hopefully, one day they can be reunited with their family. So Jackie, do you have this?
Speaking of that, this is going to be like a month late. But did you see where the mom that went missing like 20 years ago on Christmas?
Yes.
Was found? But
she just
didn't-
up and left?
And they didn't give nothing around it. I mean, at least that family got some answers.
Yeah,
But
she said, "Don't contact me."
Did they really get any answers though? Because
No,
it's like
they don't. She said the police said she's fine. She don't want to be contacted, and so their family's like, "What happened? Where she just got up and left and doesn't want to be contacted and all that?" And they're like, "Well, I guess she's okay. That's the main thing."
But
right?
and unfortunately for that, she's alive, but it didn't really probably end the grieving process because now you're trying to figure out why mom.
You want closure?
Well,
why mom left?
She had a daughter. How old was her daughter? I forget, like 8, maybe?
I don't remember, but like the article did not say much either. It's like, well, there's no information why. Like, you're not going to say nothing other than, well, we surfaced. Like, yeah, I'm here. It's just, it's wild.
I mean, I guess that's her right.
It is,
right?
but it's like, you hear something like, oh, cool, like this person was found. And it wasn't, thank God it wasn't nothing like she was being held and tortured for 20 years.
Because those happen too.
Because that does happen. And those people do escape from time to time, but they've got so much trauma and it doesn't really end any better because the trauma. And it's like, this could be a feel-good story, and it's not. So if one of these can turn into a feel-good story, right. And that's what it's
Make us all
everything
feel
is
good.
all about because, just that one tip can, I challenge everybody listening or who try to listen or whatever they do, try to have an impact on one person's life. If you can do that, life's golden. Just one good impact. And that could just be a tip because you know something. And it's just, life's too short, so let's get these people home. That's why we're landing that plane. We're getting a little winded. As Jimbo said, we're going to land that plane.
Dustin. All right, here's Jackie.
That's what's important.
All right. So tonight, since we talked about Kentucky, we are going to Lexington, Kentucky. We are looking for Sway Carlos Freeman, missing child case number M5781138881. Sway has been missing since October 15th of 2024 from Lexington, Kentucky. His current age is 17 years old. Sway may still be in the area, and he is likely known to travel between Manchester or Brecken County, Kentucky as well. Any information regarding Sway, please call the Lexington Police Department at 1-859-258-3600, or you can also look up his information at 1-800-THE-LOST. As usual, we'll post all of our missing child posters up on our social medias.
All right, guys, Kairi and Santiago, thanks for coming tonight with your mom. I know she forced you. But thanks. Hope you had a good time. Santiago, we were just playing around with you a lot. Kairi, not so much. No, I'm kidding. So we
Now
hope
they
you
got that 3-hour ride.
We didn't say we were done with them. We might do another episode with them.
Well, they're going to have a 3-hour ride home. And it's like, either that was fun or I can't believe you made me go.
Amy made them listen to several episodes of us on the way up here, so it's okay.
Hopefully they did good. That's why they come in here and they were
frowning.
Yeah, they were Debbie Downer as soon as they walked in. They're like, these idiots. Must have been mermaids is one of them.
No, so we appreciate you coming, Amy.
Yep.
I know this is a long time coming, so we're glad you came back on.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have you back again, definitely. And just because you drove all this way, we're going to let you close the show out with the final monologue. Are you ready? This has been Dark Discoveries.
Where the deeper you dive,
the darker it gets.
Sanchez, San Diego, Santiago, whatever it is.